start of the school year now, everything kind of starting to settle in a little bit for you personally. I mean, 2 months into the job, how are things going for you?
I can't even tell you how exciting it's been over the last 2 months. Really, spending a lot of time prepping for the upcoming season. It's just been very, very exciting.
Now that you actually get to see the practices and things like that, I've seen you at football practice and volleyball and all those. How is that for you to actually get to see the kids out there get ready for the season?
That's what it's all about. Is that's why we do what we do, is for kids, and to actually see it all come together and see the excitement with our kids. It's just it's a great place to be. And yesterday I had the opportunity to go spend a little bit of time with our boys and girls soccer teams, and just a lot of excitement on that side of the complex. And then you can come over here to Tiger Stadium, and yesterday I think our number was 101.
That's great
for our freshman through 12th grade varsity football, JV football, C-team football. So it's exciting to see the energy grow.
Yeah, absolutely. To see all those kids out there, and I've really enjoyed watching the football practices. I've and somebody else was mentioning this to me as well, how organized things are. Everybody's doing something. You've got the freshman team off on one side, you've got the receivers and the quarterback, and everybody's doing a little bit of something out there. That's got to be nice to see from the AD standpoint.
Absolutely. Coach Hooper and I, we work hand in hand, making sure that we facilitate those components of the game. And being organized is absolutely essential if we want to be a champion. And so I give him a lot of credit. He's done a fantastic job. We're very proud of the direction that we're going.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk about the schedules. We really didn't get we talked about a month ago. We didn't get a chance to talk about some of them because they weren't out yet. First of all, talk about the hustle that it took to. I know some of those schedules you guys had to really hustle to get those out before the start of the year. Talk about that process and working on those before the beginning of the school year.
Absolutely. Well, it's a process, and one of my goals is to maximize our schedules. If again, I use this language a lot, but we really do need to indoctrinate what a champion really means. And one of the elements of being a champion is to make sure that we maximize time on the floor, time on the field. So, organizing the logistics of putting a complete schedule together is very, very important. But we've been able to do that, and I think that we're at maximum capacity almost every single one of our schedules. We have 15 different sports. And, with that, there's a lot of organization that needs to take place. So anyways, but the soccer team, we're going to start off the opening round is going to be Tuesday, August 19th. That's going to be a home opener. We do play Mayfield. It's at 5 p.m. at Soccerplex. We just really would like to invite everybody and anybody to come out and support our girls soccer program. Yeah. So that's where we're starting out, and they're really going to be kicking off the season for everybody.
Yeah, girls soccer starts on the 19th, and then, of course, rolls on throughout the next couple of weeks. They have the Las Cruces Public Schools tournament, which will be a nice thing for them. The boys also playing on the road on the 19th.
Exactly. They'll be playing Mayfield in Mayfield. So theirs is at 7 p.m. Tuesday, August 19th. Their home opener is Friday, August 22nd. Okay. We'll be playing Deming at 6 o'clock.
All right. So boys have their first home game on the 22nd. The girls on the 19th, and of course that'll roll into September, October with district rolling around there. Volleyball starts on the 26th. They go at Mayfield, but then they'll be at home later that week, too.
That's exactly right. That'll be Saturday, August 30th. That's going to be their home opener. We'll be hosting Chaparral, and it starts at 12 o'clock, and that will be in the pit. So again, that's a beginning of a new tradition. There's a lot of excitement with that, and we're really excited about the future of what this new logo has brought to us. There's definitely energized our staff and our kids and our community, so we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be the first game that everybody will get to watch there on the pit floor. So make sure you get out there and check that out. So we'll get to obviously see volleyball and then boys and girls basketball when the winter sports season rolls around. And then cross country, because coming very, very quickly, they have one of two home meets this year, and if you want to get out there and watch the cross country kids, you only have a couple of opportunities, but a little bit of a change. Instead of it being on a Saturday morning, that's going to be on a Friday, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's Friday, September 5th. and we'll start at 3:30 p.m. But and a lot of times our cross country kids they don't get the recognition that they deserve, and the folks that are up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, those kids are working hard, and there's a huge number of kids that are actually out there participating and representing our school. So we're really proud of our cross country teams.
Yeah, and let's get to football. I think we talked about this when you were on last time, but I think it's really one of the toughest schedules I've seen Alamo play in a while. The first 2 games against the Los Lunas schools, but when you just run down the list and all the big schools that they're playing, or big programs are playing this year, from Artesia to Mayfield to Clovis and all that. That's one heck of a schedule this year for that Alamo football team.
It is. And if you look at teams that are successful, you have to play up. We are a 6A team, whether you like it or not. We are. And in order for us to participate and compete, we've got to play with the big dogs. And that's my philosophy. And I believe we have the kids, we have the coaches, we have the support in the community. And it's all about raising the expectation, I think, Charles. And there's a lot of people that are ready for that to happen, including our kids. And and they're the machine that makes it all happen. So they're very, very excited. We open up with Valencia. Friday, August 29th, we will be going to Valencia. They're going to be a tough school. They're predicted to be in the top 3 of the state, and we feel like we're going to get after them, and we're going to give them a run for their money this year.
Yeah, homecoming comes up pretty quick as well. That's always a fun event. Highland will be in town for that one, right?
Absolutely. That's going to be Friday, September 12th. We do play Highlands from Albuquerque. And starts 7 o'clock in Tiger Stadium. The stadium looks fantastic. Our maintenance guys, our grounds crew, they've been working really, really vigilantly to make sure that we do have the facility that those kids need. So, very excited about the upcoming season. You're right. It's a tough schedule. We play Valencia, Los Lunas, Highland, Mayfield, Gaston, Deming, Artesia, Clovis, Hobbs, Carlsbad, and with that, I believe that we have the tools it takes to be competitive. I really genuinely do. We're definitely working towards that goal.
Yeah. In talking with the coaches so far, you obviously you're excited about the start of the season, but the impression in terms of as the coaches have gotten into practice and things like that and talked to them, what's your feeling that you're getting? And I talked to Coach Giggler earlier this week. Actually, I've managed to talk to most of them this week, and they all seem really, really pumped about the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been out there energizing our crew, and motivating our troops, if you will. And I just can't even tell you, there is an incredible amount of excitement throughout the district. You can see it in the elementary schools. You can see it in the middle schools. At the high school, it's out there. And so my prediction is that you're going to see a lot of people show up to these events and support our kids this year.
I got recently the NMAA. I think their new program this year is Compete with Class. I'm sure that's something you've seen. What do you think that means to you, and what that should mean to everybody that's involved with Tiger Athletics and the parents and everybody that's involved with the program?
You know what? It's absolutely essential. Through the last 2 months or so, we've been indoctrinating kids with the language. I'll ask them a question: who are you? And the answer is we're a champion. And with being a champion, comes a burden of responsibility. Being a champion also is not necessarily always about winning and losing. It's also about having integrity and character, knowing how to work, passing it forward. All of those kind of things, and what I've been telling kids, especially at the high school and even at the middle school, is we've got little guys. They're watching us and they want to become us. And I think that it's our responsibility as athletes to make sure that we're making good decisions, we're making wise choices, and we're leading by example. So competing with class is a multidimensional approach. It doesn't just pertain to athletes, but it also pertains to coaches, administrators, and our parents. And so I think together we can really genuinely come together and instill those fundamental factors that make us champions.
Talked about the middle school there a little bit. I think we talk about high school a lot. That's what people focus on. But, middle school is exceptionally important. You're feeling in terms of when you visited some of the coaches and the programs that are going on at Chaparral and at Mountain View? Well,
it has been a fantastic experience. I have had the opportunity to meet with all 3 middle schools. I've brought the athletes in and to see the number just in itself. and to see the excitement with those guys, because you're right, it is the foundation of what we do at the high school. But I had the opportunity yesterday. I went to Chaparral Middle School and I got to be around those kids, and there was probably 200 plus athletes in the gym, and it was pure excitement. And and the same thing for Mountain View. And then night before last, I was actually able to go out to Holloman and talk to those fine folks. So it is genuinely exciting to see that volume of kids that are truly excited in the process of what it takes to become a Tiger. So it's a very, very great, fantastic experience that I've had.
Yeah, and my apologies there. For some reason, I always forget to mention Holloman, but there are 3 middle schools that are a part of Alamogordo Public Schools in there.
Right.
So
yes.
They're going to be competing as well heading into this season. We talked a little bit about some of the improvements that you wanted to make. Any developments, at least in terms of some of the aesthetics on the outside, and those are those going forward in terms of getting those kind of things done?
Charles, here, here's the deal. This is the way that I look at it is in Alamogordo. Alamogordo High School in particular, it is the centerpiece of the community. It is the high school that most of our kids are funneled to. And as you drive by, the aesthetics are absolutely incredibly important. And there needs to be a little bit of work done. Our maintenance crew and our custodians have been working vigilantly to make those improvements. As you talked about earlier, we have a new logo. The logo is in the pit. It looks absolutely fantastic.
It does.
And then now we're in the process of redesigning what the aesthetics are going to look like on the auxiliary gym. We do have a plan in place, so we're hoping that we can get that done. It's a pretty ambitious movement that we're doing, and we're real excited. I said, so when people drive by, they're going to see what we're all about. They're going to see this new look that we have. And I think once you start to develop the way the outside of the school looks, it develops a sense of pride. And so we're really excited about that whole process. We're getting ready to turn a corner, and lots of improvements are getting ready to be made.
I know one of the big parts of that, and I know it's something that's been talked about for years and years. I know we talked about it a month ago, is the football field. I'm sure that's something that's also still in the process of at least being discussed about.
Absolutely. There's lots of discussion out there, and we're talking about the turf. The turf situation is a situation. It's an issue that we definitely need to address. But of course, it takes money. It takes money. It takes resources. It takes time. And so there's a lot of people out there that are trying to come together to figure out how we can give our kids what they deserve and what they need. And there's lots of logistical elements that we're going to have to work through. But I feel confident in the future that we're going to be able to make that happen.
Something else to mention with the school year starting, and obviously people going out to the athletic fields. You can purchase all sports, all activity passes right now, and it's a great deal because if you buy one now, it's for the entire season, right?
Yeah, that's right, and that's really what I recommend, especially for those folks who love athletics. It doesn't matter if it's volleyball, cross country, football. The ticket price for that, the all sports ticket, is $75, and with that, you can get into every single game throughout the district. It's a heck of a deal, and if anybody's interested in that, if you'll come by the athletic department, our office is located right next to the high school on the south side. If you'll come in there, we'll definitely hook you up and make sure that you get what you need. $75 for an all-sports ticket.
Yeah, that's the entire year. I can't begin to tell you what a great deal it is. Also, student activity passes are $15. Staff, if you work for Alamogordo Public Schools, is $30, and senior and military is $30. So some great discounts for some of the folks in our community.
Absolutely.
As well.
And this year, we're going to work on some promotional things. We're going to try to pack those stands. We need people to come support our kids, whether they have kids that are participating or not. This is a community thing. These kids represent the community of Alamogordo, the entire basin area. So it's pretty important that we have people come and support our kids. They genuinely are the future.
Yeah, and you talk about promotions. I mean, what are some of the things, at least in terms of talking with people and talking with coaches, that you feel like what are going to be things that need to be focused on? And it's not going to be a quick turnaround, but to get the community so much more active in terms of getting out there with Tiger sports and just with I think the schools in general.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I'd really like to do is I'd like to recognize our kids that are in youth athletics. Those kids that are in elementary school that are playing soccer and club volleyball and the youth football groups. We need to recognize those kids. So we're going to give some of those kids we're going to recognize those kids on Friday nights, and we're going to give those kids free tickets, and hopefully they'll be able to bring their families and pack the stands, because it's not all about Tiger Athletics. It's also about our kids that are coming up. So we got a couple different promotional things that we're going to work on. We're going to be working with the radio station. We're going to give out some free tickets, and hopefully we can activate our troops and get people in the stands.
Well, I'll tell you what, in my talking with the coaches, I'll tell you one thing. Every time I talk to a coach, they're real excited about your excitement for the programs and what you've been doing since you've been in the athletic director spot. And I think anybody who's talked to you about Tiger sports can tell your excitement about it. So we're ready to go, ready to get this athletic year started, aren't we?
Absolutely. Thank you, Charles. I really appreciate the opportunity to come visit with you today.